Good noon, dear friends. Myself SS Sonigra, and we continue with the solution of GTU examination question paper in the subject of mechanical drafting. We solved few questions earlier of examination July 2011. We solved question number 1, 2 and 3, and we discussed about how to solve the problems. The third problem, last problem we solved is about right circular cone, that is question number 3b. The problem is asked like this: a right circular cone of base diameter 75 mm and 80 mm height lies with one of its generator on the ground. Draw its projection. A circular cone is given, so it's like this. The object is given like this. Isometric view would appear like this. If it is tilted on horizontal plane, its front view would appear as a triangle like this, and top view would appear like this. And the solution of this problem that we drawn last time is like this, which is shown over here in Teletop. You can see here. This is the solution of the problem, and here 1:1 scale is used, and as we are looking from this top direction, top side, this circular base would be fully visible, this base, and this we solved. Now next question, that is question number 3C, asked in option for 4 marks. Explain following commands in computer graphics with their use and applications. First is layer, then block. 2 marks for each solution. So first let me take layer. What do you mean by layer in AutoCAD? Layers are used to group information in a drawing by function and to enforce line type, color and other standards. Means layers are making some groups in the drawing. For example, groups like groups of dotted lines, groups of center line, groups of full lines, or groups of hatchings, or some colored lines, green colored group, red colored group, and so on. By creating the layers, we can easily draw any one colored group like this. This is the symbolic representation of layer command. Suppose in case of building, all layers are drawn like this. First layer will draw just walls. Second layer will used to draw electrical components. Third layer is used to draw furnitures. If we activate any one layer, suppose the layer of wall is on, layer may be either on or off. If it is on, then whatever we draw, that would be drawn in this wall layer only. We can change the command layer color. Means if you want to change the color of all walls, with this layer command we can change the color of all walls, and combination of these 3 layers would appear as a final drawing like this. Now if this drawing is drawn, and if I want to change the color of the furniture, what should I do? If the layer are not made earlier, then we have to pick up each furnitures one by one. Then after I have to change its color property. But if layer command is used and individual layers are made of furnitures, then just by clicking single click, I can change the color of furnitures with this layer. So we have to on this layer, unfreeze it, and do appropriate changes in the colors, in size, in line types, and so on. So layers are widely used in big drawing. In a small drawing, it's not compulsory to use layer command. In layer, these are the options: either it is on or off, it's freeze or unfreeze, it may be lock or unlock. If the layer is locked, for example, in this case, the layer of electrical component is locked, then in this drawing, we cannot change anything in electrical components. If we click on electrical component, it will not alter anything. It will not erased. It cannot be altered. Its property cannot be changed. Nothing can be done. After unlocking only, we can do those editing. Then color option is there in layer, it may be any color. Then line type is there. The line type means it may be full line, center line, dotted line, or any thickness line. And line weight option is also there, which shows the thickness of the line. And the last option is plot and a plot style. Many other options are there, but these are the important options which are used in layer, that is plot and plot style. Second is block command. This block command creates a block definition from objects selected. Suppose we selected few objects and we made a block, it will consider as a single entity like this. This is a block command. Here these are the components drawn. This component is drawn with the help of line command, arc command, fillet command, and so on. If you make a block of this component like this, block number 1, select all this component, make a block. So for that we need to specify insertion base point or innovative. Specify point 1 means this would be the point of insertion of this block. Now we can move this block anywhere, or we can change it from here to here and enter A or place enter. After entering this, we can select the block. The point specified as the base point, this one, is used for subsequent insertions of the block. Means this block would be used as an insertion point from here. Typically, a base point is the center of the block or its lower left corner. In case of circle, it's a center. The base point is also the point about which the block can be rotated during insertion. We can rotate this block as well. A block with zero rotation is oriented according to the UCS in effect when it was created. Means whichever UCS is activated at the time of creation of this block, that would retain at the time of rotation from one place to another place. So that is the block command which is used in computer graphics. Next question. Question number 4a, asked for 5 marks. Draw or sketch neatly welding symbols for the following joints: single fillet weld, single V-butt joint, square butt joint, single U-butt joint. For this 4 we have to draw the symbols. So for that, how to draw the symbol? We know welding symbol. Prepare a table like this, serial number, welding and its symbol. First is single fillet weld. It is drawn like this. It's a fillet weld, so fillet symbol is like this, just a right angle triangle. Second is single V butt weld. It is drawn like this. V shape represents the symbol of welding in V butt weld. Third is square butt weld, just 2 lines drawn like this. It represents it's a square butt weld. The fourth is single U butt weld, drawn like this, a U shape with a small vertical line at the below. This is a symbol for single U butt weld. Now next question, question number 4b. A fit is given like this, and this type of problem belongs to old syllabus, so we do not worry about these problems. It will not be asked in subsequent examination. Then question number 4c. Explain following terms with suitable examples: allowance, tolerance, hole based system and shaft based system. This component or this content is also belongs to the old syllabus, so we do not have to worry about such kind of questions in subsequent examinations. Next question, question number 4a, asked in option: draw neatly piping symbols for the following pipe fittings, and it's a flanged pipe fitting. The first is elbow, second is T, then union, reducer and check valve. For this 5 we have to draw the piping symbols having flanged connection, not a screwed connection. It should be drawn like this. The first is elbow. Elbow is to be drawn like this, an elbow shape joining 2 pipes which are at right angle to each other, and draw 2 lines over here. These 2 lines represent that it's a flanged coupling. In case of screwed coupling, just 1 line is to be drawn over here. 2 line means it's a flanged coupling. Number 2, T. As the name indicates, T shape joint is there. It's a piping symbol to show T joint. 2 lines over here. Third is union. Union is to be drawn like this. 2 lines and 1 small dash at the middle. Number 4 is the reducer. It is drawn like this. Reduction in the width, and 2 lines are drawn to represent that it's a flanged coupling. And number 5 is check valve. It is drawn like this, N and 2 lines at the ends. So this symbol represents check valve for flanged pipe symbols. Next question, question number 4b, asked in option. Draw neatly surface finish symbol showing complete detail on its as per IS standards and explain various details on it. So this is the symbol of the machining. We know this is a symbol. Now we interpret each element in this surface roughness symbol. This symbol is also the machining symbol. Both are alike because all informations are drawn in this object. Here A is written. A means it's a RA value, that is roughness value in terms of micron. Suppose here 50 is written, it means that the surface roughness of this surface is 15 micron. Instead of A, any digit would be written that represents the value of surface roughness in terms of microns. B is written over here, which represents the machining method, which machining method is used to prepare this surface. The machining methods may be milling, grinding, turning, shaping, honing, lapping, whatever, which is written over here in short letter. For example, if it's a grinding method, GRIND, grind should be written in place of B. If it's a drilling, then in place of B, drill, DRILL should be written over here. C is written over here, which represents that C is the cutoff value or evolution length to measure the reference. D is written over here. It represents grain direction or direction of lay. It may be circular or parallel or cross. And E written over here, which means it shows machining allowances. E written over here, whichever allowances should be given to machining in terms of millimeter. And F written over here into bracket, C into bracket F. That F represents the parameter other than RA. If any parameter is there other than this surface roughness value, that is to be shown in bracket to this C, like this. So this question is asked for 5 marks. You have to draw the symbol and interpret the value or meaning of each element. Now next question, question number 4C, asked for 4 marks. Figure shows the plan and elevation of an object. Draw the missing third view. The object is given like this. Plan and elevation. Plan is drawn above, elevation is drawn below. So third angle projection method is used over here. We have to draw its third view. So for that, first we have to imagine what should be the object. In top view, it appears as a square with this. In front view, appear as this, both the views are identical and what should be its third view. So for that, let me imagine what should be the isometric view of this object. Square, square, so cube may be there in isometric view. So that we draw it over here like this. If we draw isometric view of this given object, it may be like this. H shape would appear in front view like this. The front view is given like this. It's a H shape. So to imagine this could be drawn. If this is the front view elevation, so in this case elevation would appear like this. H is there, so here one line would be there. So this is the front view which is given here. Now explode this front view. It could be exploded like this or extruded like this. We can extrude because it appear as H shape in a top view also. So in top view it would appear like this. Here also line is there. So now in top view also it appears as a square. In front view also it appears as a square. But what's about these lines? These two lines? So for that, let me join these two lines like this, such that it becomes a inclined portion. So the object may appear like this. So square is there which is rotated inside. If the solid is like this, its front view and top view would appear as this. Now we imagine about its side view. The object may be drawn like this. You can draw the same object like this also. It's up to you which shape you should draw. Because in examination you do not have to draw this isometric view, but in case of the solution of missing views, it's compulsory for us to draw its isometric view, because without drawing its isometric